here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Plummer.
That's right, it is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. Ken and Ken, the other show on Huddle Sports Network, was having some StreamYard issues, so I went live with them so we could just bullshit about sports, and it went off the rails. We got a little political, we got a little fun, but you know what? Everybody's entitled to an opinion, and I don't care if you're left or right. I'll respect your opinion, and we'll leave it at that. But this is a sports show. Let's talk sports. We got Davey saying afternoon, JB, and One Pride, and Yoli Cruz saying hello, JB. Happy Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday. Yes, and that is why I did the Lord Vader intro for my clip. Rest in peace, Lord Vader, James Earl Jones, Mufasa. Uh, so many great roles. A University of Michigan alum, and it was sad to hear he passed yesterday. Well, I'll be out of work for 2 weeks. My classroom, I suppose, to start, and everyone has COVID. Oh, that's awful. I hope you don't get it, Yoli. Prayers up. And Brent comes in and says, "Hey, JB, and we Will Vogs. This is my kneecap biting family. I got Packers fans, Bears fans, and as you can see, I had a little bit of everything earlier. No, I don't have it. But I got my. He's a Christian. God, he passed yesterday. In peace. And I say that because that man was just on Big Bang Theory about 5 years ago when Sheldon saw him at a restaurant. We're having some internet issues today, I see. Hopefully that clears up soon because I'm probably frozen, but you can still hear me. There we go. But the PFF grades came out, and they were actually quite favorable for most. No wonder Broski doesn't like Chicago Lions. I mean, let's go at the top, and I'll explain why Hutchinson got ranked so high. Because there's like, I didn't think Hutchinson did that good. He only had a sack. Our top offensive grades: David Montgomery, Jamison Williams, Graham Glasgow, Panay Sewell, and Frank Ragnell. Our bottom offensive grades: Khalif Raymond, Amar Seba, Parker Hess, Brock Wright, and Jared Goff. Top 5 defensive grades: Aiden Hutchinson with a 94, Anzalone with a 79, Derek Barnes with a 77, Kirby Joseph with a 72, Carlton Davis with a 68.4. Our bottom grades, starting with the best of the worst: Josh Pascal, Terry Arnold, Jack Campbell, Brian Branch, and Kyle Pico. Now, I want to address that one here. Our bottom ranked guy overall got a 54. Average to good is 65 or up. So even our worst guys weren't that bad. Hutch was ranked very high because he had 11 pressures, 4 QB hits, and a sack. He lived in that backfield. If it wasn't for Matt Stafford getting rid of the ball in 2 to 2.5 seconds, he probably would have had 5 sacks yesterday. And 3 holding calls that didn't get called, but I'm not going to bitch about it because we won. Hutch had a 94 overall out of 99.9. Tied for first in pressures at the entire league. Top 5 team segment grades. The pass rush got a 90.7. The run game got a 87.3. The defense got a 79.6. The tackling still got a 75.4, and we had missed tackles. And the pass blocking got a 72.6. So there's a lot of positives to take out of that game when you look at it that way. Good morning, Matt Henry. Good afternoon here, but morning to you, and I get it. 65 is where it's considered good. 60 to 65 is okay. You know what I mean? Just average. So our worst guy got a 54 in Kyle Pico. Think about that for a minute. A guy that we called up from our practice squad, so he was our fourth or fifth defensive tackle. I know, but the comments just came in. I forgot you guys are behind, so I repeat myself when I see a comment just to answer it, so you guys know I'm acknowledging you. But if our worst guy was a 54 overall, did we have anybody that truly had a horrible game? 54.8. Quinn Cook is in here. I don't have my glasses and I can't push the buttons. Gotcha. Fred Peterson in the chat. Good afternoon. It's a great day to be a Lion. One pride. I liked how where we were getting the pressures. I mean, 11 from Hutch. We had 6 from Marcus Davenport. Do you want to know what those numbers equal? Those numbers equal tied for first for Hutchinson, tied for third with Marcus Davenport. You know who was right behind Davenport? Levi Onwuzurike with 5 of them. And Levi and Davenport shared a sack. So it wasn't all bad news. Stafford was getting the rid of the ball so fast because he had to. Otherwise, Hutch would have had like 2 more QB hits and 3 sacks. Yes, Davenport did do very good. He started the game. They rotated him in and out just like I thought they would. But Levi had a good game, and you know what? You know who I was kind of disappointed in him was Pascal because when he came in, he really didn't do anything, and he was on versus the right tackle. Everything came on the left side for the most part. Rogers looked really old last night. Yeah, Moonscar Blade. Good to see you, brother. Good afternoon, all NJB. Amen. I agree with you, Quinn. Oh yeah, our run blocking was top notch. And that's the only knock I have in this game is I hated how we went away from the run again in the third quarter. Ricky, we gave homage to Darth Vader to start the show. James Earl Jones. Talked about how he is from Michigan, some of his filmography, and just how a piece of my childhood. I am not sad that Aaron Rodgers lost. I predicted it. Yeah, but we went away from it, is what I'm talking about, Quinn. We didn't run the ball in the third quarter at all. We did exactly like we did versus San Francisco. And AG went to the soft zone coverage. For about 80% in that second half, which is what between the combination of not running the ball and soft zone coverage is what let the Rams back in that game. Have a great day, Brent. It is what needs to change. Sometimes not adjusting is an adjustment. Don't adjust until they stop it. That's my point. It's one of the things I said we needed to work on, and evidently they didn't work on it because they did the exact same thing as the NFC Championship game, and it damn near cost us the game. Thank God we got Jake Bates and we trusted him to kick a short field goal, huh? For all those haters out there that said, "Oh, you can't make them." Oh yeah, there was a lot of dropped interceptions. I'm A lot of those ones that are marked as passes defended. I think about half of them were dropped interceptions. Two of them by Branch, and the stupidest thing I read. The Lions painting the end zone that color makes their uniforms blend in. It's camouflage. Jesus Christ, we've had the same color uniforms for years and the same color end zone for years. Now it's an issue because Matt Stafford says it is. Kiss my ass. See you in the playoffs. Okay. Why was Goff so off on Sunday? He still completed almost 65% of his passes, so I don't see where he was that off. We did have zero drops for the first time in Goff's career in Detroit. Think about that. Zero drops. Uniform colors only make a difference in Madden. He's just salty. I know. It's it's the first week of we all said week 1 is like a preseason full dress rehearsal. Everything's rusty. Very few people look great. Look at the QB ratings around the league. Almost everybody looked rusty except Sam Darnold because he was going up against that awful Giants defense in New Orleans versus the awful Panthers defense and Fred Peterson. But it didn't happen. I didn't say I didn't see how he was so off. I said we were rusty. I admit I addressed it. So shut the fuck up, dude. I'm about ready to block you because I'm sick of you saying not off. 64%, 64.8% to be exact, is average around the league for a good quarterback. That's what I said. Jesus fucking Christ. Listen, open your fucking ears. I'm sick of you doing this shit. Shut the fuck up. I'm telling you now. Shut the fuck up. I'm sick of you being so fucking negative. Get the fuck out. I'm done. I'm telling you, LA ruins people. That's not what I was trying to do. I'd rather lose a subscriber than deal with you. Done. Gone. I'm sick of it. Hi, Trace. I've had enough. I literally have had enough. Nice knowing you, Undone. You've been undone from the podcast, dickhead. A. Henry. Good. Dwayne Queen, good to see you, brother. All I know is we didn't lose the game. Did we lose the game? You're welcome there, well. Look how the whole league played bad. Look how the next MVP, Bears franchise QB, LGBT QB1, Caleb Williams had an NFL career game, career low. I figured you were getting there with him last week because he's so flipping negative all the time. He literally said, "Why was Goff so off?" I said the reason. I said the reason. He goes, "Didn't see it. What are you talking about?" 64.8% completion percentage is average to great around the league. It wasn't Caleb Williams bad at 46% or 48%, whatever he was. He was below 50% for the game. Right. I Colby, Patty Grimes, you said it best right there. My brother, it's not like the Rams are not a good team. I had a Packer fan going, Terry and Arnold giving up a touchdown. I said, go back and check. He never gave up a touchdown. Yep. I hear you. I'm over it. He's done. He's gone. That was the last time. I had fun watching Main Event Mike interview Jeff Risdon this morning. It was a great show. Didn't like how none of my chats were addressed that I addressed to him and Jeff, but that's okay. But it was a great show nonetheless. All I know is Ben Johnson's got to quit not running the ball in the third quarter, or we're going to start losing some of these games with these good teams. And AG's got to stop going to soft zone coverage so much in the second half. Those are the two things I seen that I didn't like. We were in aggressive press man coverage the first half, and we went to that soft zone and they started picking us apart because Matt Stafford does have a quick release. Oh, he's up on CW. You're going to hurt their feelings. He had a personal NFL career high game. How many touchdowns has he thrown for in his 25 drives now? 7 in the preseason, 18 on Sunday. I'm not letting up. JB, I got to recover after you flipping out on his undone. I am in tears. Sorry about that. Yeah, I hope you're not serious. Oh man, that was the highlight of my day. Laughing my tail on off. He earned it. Good, 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 good. Oh boy. Oh yeah. I have basically echoed the same sentiment in the chat. I think Jeff was spot on. Johnson gets away from what works while trying hard to show what he's capable of. We know what he's capable of. Do what works. 100%. Morning, Smoking Dad. Good to see you, brother. Oh, love my. He came in with the hot takes during the Ken and Ken show this morning. That was a lot of fun. I let them host and just sat back and commented. You know how much fun it was to just back there, starting it and ending it. That's all I. Let's see. The Ken and Ken show. Do they talk about anything other than how great the Bears were in '85? Oh, yep, exactly. So now he's not in there anymore. So I just lost a subscriber. It sucks, but you know what? I don't care. I'd rather have good people talking on my show. I know. Quality over quantity, 100%. I still love how salty Matt Stafford is. Amen. Who do I think the Lions breakout player is going to be against the Bucks? It's going to be St. Brown. We had Jamison Williams breakout this week. It'll be St. Brown next week. I let it go. I warned him the last time he said something like that. I was like, the next time you're done, you think Gibbs? Mike Clammer, what's up, cuz? Yeah. LA destroys people. They all become divas. Yep, yep, yep. I think St. Brown is due. They bracketed him all game. They double covered him and Laporta. Laporta got free. And then, oh, they said it was a bogus penalty when the crown of the helmet hit Laporta right in the face mask. So stupid of Rams fans to say that shit. I was in a chat where there were some Rams fans, and I'm like going, "Are you watching the same game? That's the definition of targeting. He should be ejected, plus the 15-yard penalty." What do you think will be the largest part of this game versus the Bucks? We have to stop the run because the play action is great with Baker Mayfield. We saw it. He torched them all game. How's everybody doing today? I'm fantastic. Good to see you, Dale. Man, we've got a nice, lively chat. I love it. It's been a great day so far. I think we're gonna stick with it. I'm in Chicagoland today, so it's pretty chitty over here on my end. Oh, I bet it is. Isn't that a sanctuary city? Do you need that app like in San Francisco to keep from stepping in the dog poop or human poop? Oh, there's still some out there smoking dads. There always will be. Me personally, I'm very happy with his progress, but he still hasn't lived up to the 12th draft pick yet. But he has a high ceiling. Um, I don't know. 5 catches for 121 yards. The people who say six forgot that there was one called back due to a holding penalty. It's 5 catches for 121 yards and a touchdown. Plus, he had one rush for 13 yards. That's 134 yards he was responsible for, and 6 touches that equaled a touchdown, just like he's done his entire career in Detroit. I almost thought he was going to get his touchdown on the run. Enough of the Republicans' talking points. I'm done with that. I wasn't talking about any of that. Hopefully, Caleb doesn't find me and make his make the make me get nails done. Hello, oh, that's great. Oh, let's talk about how Baker Mayfield had the best start of any QB this past week, and that's what we have to face if we don't stop their running game. Well, St. Brown and Laporta, because they do a lot of crossing routes, they still have good linebackers. So the underneath stuff is going to be gone unless we start using JMO to take the top off. And I think that's where you're going to lean to early and then turn him into a decoy. Because right now we use Laporta and St. Brown more as the decoy last week, and I think that is going to change. Just my personal opinion. I think we're going to have to reverse it. You say so depleted. They lost their all-pro safety. They didn't lose their corners. But the safety is what we have to exploit. The best receiver out of that class, God, I would have to look. Garrett Wilson, you would have to say for right now, or Chris Olave. That's the two best ones. It is time to do the Huddle Network ad.
Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Hallis Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Sean McDermott, Buffalo's coach, went 3 4th downs this week. It appears Campbell is changing the game 100%. Garrett Wilson and Olave were both picked before Williams. You're absolutely. Moonscar, that's going to be a high-scoring game, in my opinion. Neither team has a dominant defense. I think it's going to be Buffalo. Both teams are just high-flying offenses right now, and everybody said that the Buffalo offense wouldn't be high-flying. It still is with Josh Allen and what he does with his legs. I'm going with Buffalo to win because I don't trust Miami's defense. They damn near let the Jags beat them, and the Buffalo looks like a better offense than that. It looked like Rodgers lost some weight in the offseason. Who does every team in the North play this week? Well, let me look that up for you, sir. Bears play Houston. I do know that. That's not the right one. There we go. Bears play Houston. Tampa Bay plays Detroit. Indianapolis plays Green Bay. And San Francisco plays Minnesota. Everybody's got a tough matchup. Indy versus Green Bay. That in Green Bay, That's going to be a rough matchup for him if Love is out. And there's somebody trying to say that he might come in. 38-13, 51 points scored. Bears versus Houston. That's my lock name. Yeah, especially with them being at home. Oh, 32-19. I knew it was something like that. It was 51 points total. Dale and Fred for clearing it up. I forgot they scored a late touchdown because Tyrod Taylor threw one. They stupidly went for two. It is true. Tampa Bay is 1-6 in their career versus Goff, whether he is with the Rams or the Lions. Thoughts on Cleveland at Jacksonville? Uh, Deshaun Watson is awful. I think Jacksonville wipes the floor with them. Yep, Green Bay is preparing Willis to start this weekend just in case. And they already had to call up Sean Clifford from the practice squad. So that's a sign that Love is out this week. How is he combined 4-0? Oh, it's against Mahomes instead. He's 4-1. You forget we lost in 2021. I just what I said was Goff had an average to good game, is what I said. It wasn't as horrible as you made it out to be. He was rusty. He was off. Don't make another comment about it. Uh Matt LaFleur debunked that they reached out to Tannehill. It's all internet bullshit. It's clickbait. Got me over in Packerland. Flacco plays for the Colts now, Moonscar. He's backing up Anthony Richardson. They let him walk. They're going to have Jake Browning. And if you read it, it says is undone too. I mean, hey fellas, still swimming through these LA tears. I bet you they almost flooded the streets, didn't they? Yeah, I know it's a hot mess. You know, if you look at it, yeah, it was 64.8% for Goff. That's not horrible. As long as he doesn't go negative, I'm good because I'm just done with it. Oh, go figure. Kelly Stafford struggles to make friends with other Los Angeles Rams wives since she's fucking old, is what they said. It's an actual article on. Uh, Trace, if he isn't a dink, then it is what it is. Yes, it's a. I got it. Peyton Manning rips 49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk after a drop touchdown pass. Oh, who did we waive? Oh, Chris Smith has been waived, so look for DJ Reader. Coming in this week. Everybody thought he'd be the 53-man roster guy. He's not. They're still waiting for somebody to step up on the practice squad out of that wide receiver room. If Tim Patrick or Allen Robinson or the other guy was ready, guess what? Oh, I understand. 100% Moonscar Blade. I know because he didn't have to throw a lot of passes because we ran the ball great in the first half and we ran the ball in overtime. And the one pass that was intercepted that was headed for JMO, it was a great defensive play. It wasn't a bad play either. So let's talk about that. The guy jumped up, jumped the route, grabbed the ball. That's what he did his job. Kobe Durant dropping in a pass. That's on him. That's not on Jared Goff. And, you want to talk like that, then Matt Stafford shouldn't even have a Super Bowl because Eli Apple and Jesse Bates both dropped interceptions that were in their breadbasket. Hell, they shouldn't even have been in the Super Bowl because Jaquiski Tart channeled his inner Ebron. If Davis didn't slip, I don't see the Rams scoring a touchdown either. That's a good point there. Because that wasn't Arnold's guy to cover because that was one of the few times we were running man. What, were we wearing the grass cleats or something? Because I did see a lot of slips while trying to tackle. Everybody acts like he had this awful game. It was an off game, not an awful game. And first game of the season, it's going to happen. It's that time of the day where I want to talk a little bit about some things we love to talk about. I got to put them up first because they're the only team that lost in the NFC North. It's fuck the Packers. Put it in the chat. Next up, if it wasn't for their defense, they wouldn't have won. Fuck the Bears. And last but not least, Minnesota. Go get skull fucked. I think so. Because Brenda Witt says your new picture cracks me up, Moonscar. 100%. I don't think the O line struggled at all. We were rated as pass blocking as one of the best in the league, and our O line was our run blocking was rated way above average. Not great or elite, but good. So I disagree. Yes, Davey. Hey, I wanted Cleveland to win. That was one of my losses. I thought the Bengals would win, but no, they bungled it. I ended up going pretty good. 12-4. And my pick'ems. They pretty much did well the entire game. Oh, Verse got a sack versus Decker. I wasn't worried about it. Yes! Love it, Moonscar. So my wife wants to bowl with me for the first time in 19 years. The rest of the team decided the team name to be FTP for fuck those pins. I have another meaning for it. Oh, 100%. That's amazing. Love it. FTP. The game that I'm doing it for is November 17th versus the Jaguars. Mark it on your calendars, guys. November, Sharky's Bar and Grill in Burton, Michigan. I got to create the post for it yet. I'm going to do that this week because I want to make sure I have enough tables reserved. Uh, I'm going to put a yes or no poll on it and to leave it open for an extended period of time if you're coming or not. 'Cause to me, that's huge. Fucking ham in that last drive in the O line. Oh, 100%. No, it was Sunday night. I stayed home, watched on TV. Oh, I was thinking pass protection only. It was actually rated better in pass protection than run protection. Um, we only gave up what, 2 sacks? You're okay. Pass protection was actually very good. Um, how many times was Goff sacked? Twice? Yeah, 2 sacks. One by Verse and one by Young, which is all the Lions got too, was 2 sacks. So, yeah, that is why it stuck out for you. Yes. Look, here's the crazy thing. In regular almost 5 minutes of our possession was the overtime, guys. Think about that. Rams dominated the time of possession and only scored as many points as the Lion in regulation. They had us by 10 minutes at the end of regulation. Nobody's remembering this part. Both teams had 6 penalties. Both teams punted the ball. Rams only punted 3 times. Lions punted 4 times. Jack Fox flipping the field was the difference maker in that game because if he wouldn't have flipped that field and pinned them deep, guess what? We don't end up with that sack that Hutchinson got at the end of the game. They had 26 first downs. We had 21. Third down efficiency. They were 5 of 12. We were 6 of 13. Fourth down efficiency. They were 1 for 2. They went for it twice. We only went for it once and got it. Total plays, they had 74 plays. We had 61. Neither team lost a fumble, and both teams threw an interception. So we didn't lose the turnover battle. We won the third and fourth down efficiency battle. And those are the things that we've always said we have to win games. Sewell is a dog. The pregame speech he gave, he means exactly what he says. Follow me, work like me, and we will win. That's what he tells his teammates. 1 week, 1 game at a time. Let's go. If we do it this way, we'll end up where we want to be. The other key thing, 304 passing yards. We only had 200 passing yards. 83 rushing yards for the Rams. We had 163. Now, granted, 45 of them came after regulation, but that means we still had almost double their production. 5.2 yards per play for the Rams, 6 yards per play for the Lions. They outgained us by a total of 24 yards, with them having that much more time of possession and that many more plays. Yep. Also, the drive that Stafford threw the interception to Joseph was a long drive. 100%. They were taking their time. They were trying not to leave any time on the clock at the half, and they didn't. But the key stats that we should be paying attention to, and nobody is, it's less about time of possession, yards per play, turnovers, third and fourth down efficiency. If those are up, We'll win those games despite not having yards because our defense is better. We had a rusty defense. And nobody's bitching about the defense. They're bitching about the offense. Think about this. I mean, 3 of our top 5 PFF guys for offense were O linemen. Glasgow, Ragnow, and Sewell. That speaks volumes to me about how good our O line did. When 3 out of the 5 is ranked as our top 5 offensive players. That's not done very often. Usually you'll get Ragnow or Sewell. You don't get a third one in the top 5 for offensive players rankings by PFF. Oh, the Rams.com 22 hours ago. Despite their heavy passing volume, 74%, not getting the ball in overtime, the Rams had a great game versus the Lions. Goff is 4-1 versus Mahomes and Stafford. Let's get it right. Don't get it twisted. We lost that game in 2021. But that was when we knew Panay Sewell was truly legit. Because Aaron Donald said Sewell was a dude and he was a hard guy to go up against. Very great, very good competitor. Gonna be a great one. We're not talking about some scrub saying it. And Cups kind of said the same thing last night to Terrion Arnold. Everyone was blaming Terrion Arnold for getting beat when it was Carlton Davis's man. But have a great day, everybody. I have to do this bad boy right here. Brandon Service right at the corner of South Grand Travis and West Atherton Road right here in Flint, Michigan. Flint, where the tires are shit. Our waters are shit, but the tires are good. God, I said it so good so many times in a row. I always have a bad take, but that's why we're live. I let my mistakes fly. Don't care. People correct me when I'm wrong, and I'm good about it because I'm human. Water is shit, but the tires are good. Used tires starting at $40 and up. And of course, new tires. Call to get your 820. Talk to George, Red, or myself. Have a blessed day, everybody. And try every day before. That's the world a better place. It starts